Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Let's thank our members, Invictus, Crazy Bullcott, Interceptor, Richardson, Danny Cage, and Rupert. Thank you all my members, all my patrons, and let's get into it. So today we have another mission for the World War mode. So we did a video before, driving tanks and doing some of those missions with convoys and stuff. And now we are going to fly kind of an air raid. It's kinda because we are only facing AA systems, which is probably the main thing that I wanted to talk about in this video, is that this mode, specifically this air mode here, this air battle kind of situation, is specifically needs to be a little bit improved. So I think most of the game modes will need to be improved, but the idea is correct there, and just the general potential of these missions are there anyway. They're there. You can do a lot of things, and they can be creative. Maybe in the future they can even grab some kind of situation where the players can choose or do some certain types of missions, or I don't know. It's just that, of course, as everything in life, right? It needs a little bit of improvement, because as I was saying, it kind of doesn't make sense that you are only attacking AA systems with bombers and stuff like that. I mean, I think it should be like a base or something that you drop your bombs, or something like that, or specific vehicles spread it out that you have to go down and try to shoot at them and find them. But the way that it is kind of weird. It is kind of difficult, to be honest, to win as an aircraft, because these aircraft are very old, man. We are flying Blenheims and Hurricanes and Spitfires, very early ones as well. And you have 10 minutes to actually fly the mission. And then in these 10 minutes, you need to destroy 20 AA systems. So the idea has potential, right? It is very, very cool. And to be honest, it's a fresh breeze of air just to have a different kind of mode. Even myself, that I really don't like old aircraft like this. I prefer the Cold War stuff anyway. But it is still fun, just because it's a fresh breeze in the sense of game mode. And they need to do this more. It just helps the game be a little bit more active, a little bit more, engaging, and it has this macro feeling of the commanders and stuff like that, and also the minor battles, which are different, and sometimes they're the same. So it has a very great amount of variety, basically, to play around. And with that, it's just a very different way to play the game, not only battle after battle after battle of the same game mode, right? So yeah, I think it needs to be improved and expanded, especially into the Cold War. We are getting into a position where, I mean, we have 7 tiers of aircraft, and 3 of them are basically Cold War aircraft and tanks. I mean, it's almost half. If we get at one point, that we probably will, a rank 8 of aircraft and tanks, we will probably, if we have the rank 8, I mean, we will have half of the tiers being in the Cold War and half in the World War II kind of time frame. And with that, I mean, we need to have more different battles and different World War modes and World War events and battles and stuff like that. Obviously, they're not going to be, most of the time, they're not going to be real life events, because the Cold War was obviously less combat driven than World War II, right? But still, it's something very, very interesting. Even in an aircraft like this, as you see, I'm reloading the bomber there. You can put it to a place, and then you just leave the aircraft, and you can spawn on another one. So very, very good way to actually make you not need to land and be a little bit more realistic. I did my mission, and I returned to base with that aircraft. And now there is another Blenheim coming up. So very, very cool. And with the jets and Cold War stuff, we can have even more, like, we can have even specific World War mode bombers. Like, for example, A B-52, for example, maybe it's too much for the normal modes, but maybe it's kind of a strict thing, or even a event vehicle, like you can only use it on the World War kind of situation. That would make it, we have strategic bombers, different aircraft, maybe even like SEED or something like that. Imagine, here we are attacking basically AA systems, right? Imagine a mission that you are with Wild Weasel aircraft, so a SEED aircraft or an anti-radiation equipped missile aircraft, and you have to kill a certain amount of missile AA systems. They can add, as an AA system, the S-125, they can add the Hawk, and maybe you have to just evade the missiles and be careful, and you have to get close to the missiles and evade the missiles and then shoot a anti-radiation missile. So the possibilities here are amazing, man. The possibilities of these modes, these different modes, convoys with better, more modern aircraft and tanks and other stuff. We can have transport aircraft to be destroyed. We can have naval. I mean, we are testing out from time to time the naval EC for RB matches, right? That can be added as a World War mode as well. So the possibilities are infinite. Everybody, even in the first World War mode, World War kind of season that we had, everybody was loving it. A lot of people were complaining. Obviously, it had a lot of bugs and it was kind of weird and it felt a little bit, how do I say this? Like, it was made in a hurry. It kind of looked like it was made in a hurry. And this one is actually pretty well made and it's a little bit better, you know. It needs improvement as always, but it is the step up in the right direction. You know what I mean? It's not perfect by any means, but it is very, very cool, and it just makes me want to play even more of these old aircraft, for example, which is funny because I never liked to play these aircraft and tanks and stuff, and I'm actually enjoying it just because of the game mode. And Gaijin needs to just take a moment and appreciate that, because I know a lot of people will be playing the World War mode just because of the game modes. So imagine how many people would play. For example, we had the, I think it was Black Monday. I don't remember the name, but remember when the B-29s were shot down in Korea by the MiG-15s? They lost like 12 or 19 or something like that of B-29s in one day. They lost a lot of aircraft. More than 100 crewmen died. It was a complete mess, but still, imagine those types of missions in the Cold War, with high altitude bombers, with low altitude bombers, with the tornado when it's added, with different types of boats. Imagine if they add, for example, anti-ship missiles, and then you are in a battle that you need to destroy convoy ships or aircraft carriers, and then if you destroy the aircraft carrier, the guys won't be able to take off from F-14s anymore, and then you lose all the F-14s for the whole battle. So imagine the possibilities that you can have with just this idea that they had. It's just such a good idea, man. But I hope they really improve it. I hope they just don't throw it out or just don't do anything and just keep it as a Second World War kind of thing. And I understand that for a lot of the time it's probably going to be a World War II kind of situation, and they will start to improve the game modes and stuff eventually, right? Because it is easier, obviously, for a mode such as this to work with World War II aircraft and tanks, just because the way that the aircraft and tanks are, they're slower, they're more easy to balance, and of course props are a little bit more balanced. World War II tanks are a little bit more balanced as well. So yeah, of course we have these problems that need to be faced, you know, and dealt with. But in the future, man, this has the potential to be the main mode of the game. I think it is such a good game mode. It has, as I said, a lot of potential. It's something kind of crude right now, but it has a lot of potential for being very, very good. Here we had a problem with starting because I was actually recording the other clip, so sorry for the stutter there. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. We ended up losing, but yeah, leave it in the comments if you like these modes, and I see you guys on the next one.